Following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys! This is Mick Shots.
Streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app.
Now, here are Bill Jones, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
And it's a Tuesday inside the SWBC podcast studio at the beautiful Star in Frisco. And this is Mick Shots, as we are now officially on to Cincinnati.
Yes, we are.
Or is it tomorrow? It's a Monday night game, and so maybe it's not till
you
Thursday.
Better spread it out.
But we are here.
You're on to Cincinnati.
Talk Cowboys for. We're going to try to play that every day this week.
Yes, I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
We're going to talk Cowboys for the next 50 minutes here on
Not
Mick
all
Shots.
Cowboys. I mean, there's other stuff.
There is some other stuff to talk about. And
Game last night.
Last night.
Yep.
that was a surprisingly high-scoring affair.
How do you throw for 500 yards and get beat?
Well,
You throw for 2 pick sixes, maybe?
as,
and 3 total
as
interceptions.
Jameis said after the game, he's praying to the Lord to deliver him from pick sixes now.
He said that after the game?
He did, yeah.
He is
I love
hilarious,
him.
man.
I love him.
Well, it was funny because I heard I think it was on the radio coming. It was pregame stuff, and they had an interview with him, and all of a sudden he's into the Lord and talking about how he got through all this by praying, and the Lord's watching after him and everything. And I was like, oh, Jameis kind of changed his tune here a little bit.
Well,
Yes,
but
he
what I
has.
love about it is he is praising the Lord whether he wins or loses.
Yeah,
you know?
I can see that
Yeah,
now.
That's right.
And his
yeah.
energy level is still constant. And it's
and he's still throwing super fastballs.
man.
He had one that was a great touch throw.
That
one
was a
time.
touchdown.
Yeah,
A touchdown.
that's right.
Which
Yeah.
shocked Troy, by the
Yes,
way.
it probably shocked the tight end as well. Yeah.
It was a touch throw.
No, I regardless of whether they win or lose, this guy is good copy.
Yeah,
he's good.
very
copy.
watchable.
Yeah, and he's entertaining. If nothing else, you can see how well he can throw the ball. Even when he was in Tampa, I believe he had 38 touchdowns.
No,
and 38
30-30.
interceptions. It was 30-30.
Yeah.
I know it was a match.
Yeah, 30-30.
30-30.
He
Crazy.
credited in that interview I heard to Sean Payton and Drew
That's true.
Brees
Yes.
for kind of explaining to him how to play quarterback and make sure you take care of the football.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he didn't do so well.
He's been doing it better this year.
Well, they've been scoring points.
They've been scoring points.
It's not the team we saw in the season opener.
Well, I tell you what, if his defense would stop somebody,
Well,
then
that's
maybe
true.
he
Which
would.
was, by the way, the number one defense in the league last year.
And so I don't think he's really had to come out of his bag talking about Jameis the way he had to do in this game because the defense has been playing so well. And he hadn't had to force it in there. But, man, it was 2 pick sixes, right?
Yes.
And then the interception at the end, in the end zone, right? The
But
linebacker.
it wasn't nothing like 103 yards. Was
No, that one just ended their comeback
Okay,
attempt.
okay, sorry.
So in 2019 at Tampa Bay he passed for 5,000 yards, 5,109 yards to lead the league, and 33 touchdown passes and 30 interceptions to lead the league.
30 for 30. That's
30 for 30.
I mean, what did he do with that?
And
man?
then did he go to New Orleans
went-
after that?
yeah, the year
so
after
he threw
that.
for that many yards, and they didn't keep him.
No,
Right,
they didn't.
because of the 30 picks.
Yeah.
And so then it was the COVID year in 2020, and so he backed up Breeze that year, did not get into a game, had 7 starts in 21, went 5-2. And then in 22, so he's with the Saints for 4 years.
Okay.
And so that was his return engagement against
If you
Sean
don't mind,
Payton.
what are his stats this year?
This year, and I assume these are updated from last night, he's appeared in 10 games. He's made 5 starts, a 2-3 record. 61% completion percentage, which is not ideal. 1,763 yards, which is 7.7 yards per attempt. And he's got 11 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
A little improvement. A little bit.
A passer rating
Much better
of 88.4.
without the 3 from last night.
That's right.
So his passer rating in that 30 for 30 season was
30?
84.3.
Because he had a lot of yards.
Yes.
Yeah. And now this year he's 88.4 is his passer rating. So
It's not bad. Not bad. He's getting a little better. He's getting more consistent. That game was kind of an aberration. He doesn't throw for that many yards, but also this year he hadn't thrown as many touchdowns as what he's prone to do. So I was just curious about that because he's good for the league right now. You know, I mean, let's just call it like it is. He's making Cleveland watchable.
Yeah.
You know,
So he passed for 497 yards. Is that what it was?
I said 500.
Yeah.
It was
so his
very close
average
to
yards
500.
per game is only 176 yards. So that was an aberration. So
Judy's happy.
Yeah.
Judy's happy. He's there. He had over 200 yards last night.
How does he get so open? It ain't his routes.
It's got to be speed.
No, it's bad coverage.
But
How do you forget that guy?
He's first round draft pick.
It took them to the fourth quarter to put their top corner on him, right?
Yeah.
Sertan.
Sertan.
Because the other guy, Wallace, was a backup, right?
Yeah, and he was
came
getting burned.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he was going, I don't know if they were in zone or what.
Yeah.
And he was just running like nobody around him.
Well, he was happy. That will help him on his next contract
He had
negotiation.
9 catches, 235 yards, and 1 touchdown.
235.
And he could mouth off at
Only
the,
one touchdown?
Only 1 touchdown.
mouth off at the
seemed
Denver
like-
fans,
That's
right?
right. And everyone's happy. He got his yards. Denver got their win. That's all that matters.
Bo Nix was able to smile at the end.
Big green notebook like Bo Nix.
Well, it's you know what? He's the poster child for having played games in college before he got to the NFL. What did they say? 60
60 games or so. Yep.
Yeah.
At Auburn and then at Oregon.
Yeah.
And coach's son played for his dad in high school, so he's grown up in the game.
You okay with Oregon being number 1?
Who?
Oregon.
That's not how you said it.
How did I say Oregon?
Yeah. What you do?
I think that's the way the
It
people
sound
there
like
say
seasoning.
it.
It
They
sound like
pronounce
seasoning.
the G.
What are we talking about here?
You don't say Oregon.
Is that how they do? Do they say it like that up there?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow, I can see that.
Oregon?
Oregon. Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They won't be there at the end.
They're going to get beat.
Somewhere along the way, they'll get beat.
I think they're all
They're all
apt
going to
to
get beat.
I don't think they're gonna lose.
Oregon?
Yeah.
Origami.
I don't think they are. I think they're gonna win out.
I think I've seen them only play a half.
They might get
last
beat
week.
this week. They got Penn State this week.
Yeah.
For real?
Big Ten
nice.
championship
The
game.
championship
That's
game.
nice.
Ohio State didn't make it.
Gee, I wonder what happened.
All right.
They defended the flag.
Yeah. Okay. They got that right.
So what do we got to talk about today? Jerry was on the radio. It's got
Yes,
to
he
be
was.
something going on.
Well, he was, he was encouraged by the 2-game winning streak. They kept trying to egg him on to playoff talk, and he was basically, yeah, that's good for you guys, but we got Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And he said that's where our focus needs to be. And then they asked him, and I guess I didn't know this was going on. It must be some social media thing that Overshown may want 0 next year as his number.
if you would watch my coverage during training camp. During training camp, I did an interview with DeMarvion, and he talked about wanting the number 0. He was hilarious talking about it.
But why can't
and
he
have can't have it because Rowdy's got number 0.
And that's come up again. That's come up.
But DeMarvion was he was so hilarious. You know how he talks.
I've never heard him talk. But I've never heard him talk.
You got to listen to DeMarvion talk. You will fall in. I mean, you're already in love with him. You will really fall in love with him after you hear him talk.
I thought this.
So he's talking about, I want the number 0 because I was, Agent 0 or whatever it was at Texas, but I can't have number 0 because of course Rowdy's got number 0, and so he was just hilarious talking about.
So I don't think Jerry had heard that before.
Yeah.
So they brought it up.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'll have to talk to Jerry Jr. about that.
Yeah.
Because, he's rowdy. It was a play on the tickets gag about Jr.
I did not know
Those
that.
guys didn't understand because they don't probably listen to
because they're on the fan,
right?
Yes. The ticket.
But you got to know your competition
right.
now, but go ahead.
Right. So anyway,
we know who plays for the Eagles.
Right.
Right.
Thank you.
So anyway, I don't think they got that part of it, right? And he goes, and by the way, Rowdy, we've had a few discussions about things. Mm-hmm. He said, we were out at Wichita Falls, and it's like 100 degrees out, and he had this kind of water gun, and he kept shooting it at people watching practice.
Yeah.
And he goes, and if you understand who he was aiming at, you don't want to get their T-shirts wet.
Okay.
Basically like that. Mm-hmm. So he said we had to call him in, talk to him about it, needed to quit doing that. And he goes, and then we got here, and he did it again. And it's like, son, do you understand what I'm talking about?
Right.
He goes, well, the next thing I know is I get a call, and somebody's got a picture of he's got a Rowdy truck, an advertisement. It's parked outside a strip club. So it's like, okay, I got to call him in again. So he calls him in again and explains to him, now that's just a really bad look. We can't have that. You got to be careful. And he goes in, the guy tells me, okay, I'll talk to Rowdy about that. I've heard the story before, right? He wasn't going to take blame for his mistake. He's going to talk to Rowdy about it, right?
So, dude, number 0. Come on, man.
I don't think that's going to get in the way, but that's the gag.
No, I get the gag, but really, he can get 0 if he wants it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless the team doesn't, you know what Deion
when it first
says
came
about
out,
that?
What?
He said, I don't want anybody with 0 on. If you're a 0, you ain't got nothing. You got 0.
No,
I don't want anybody wearing 0.
I get his train of thought, but no, 0. If you want 0 and 0's available, except for the fact that the mascot has it, that should not be a reason for a man not to get the number that he wants. I just never thought about that. It's okay for Rowdy and him to have 0.
You want me to give you another Rowdy story?
Talk to me.
When we got in the bus accident and they finally identified who was on the bus, and they had all the names, but the kid's name, the kid that was Rowdy. Right? And so in the story, it said so-and-so is on the bus, the driver was this, Mickey's this, a videographer, and Rowdy.
Okay.
So we're watching this at about 1 in the morning. Oh, no, listening to it, right? And Foster goes, I got a name. They could have used my name. I'm not some character. I'm not Rowdy.
What, did he take his hat off?
Did
he take his hat off when they talked to him?
They didn't talk to him.
They did. They never talked to him.
The only person they talked to was me.
Oh, well, that's your fault then.
No, I didn't identify anybody.
You didn't identify
We're
Rowdy?
not supposed to.
Okay.
But they knew Rowdy was on the bus.
Okay.
And so they called him Rowdy instead of his name. And he turns to me and he goes, I got a name. I'm not some character. I said, look at it this way. If we all got killed, they would have to get a new mascot because Rowdy was dead.
That's not a good thing. Why did you say that to him? That's not a good
I wanted
thing.
to explain to him about Rowdy.
Oh, man.
Okay, Everson, will you count to 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You didn't say 0.
0 is not a number
Producer
to
Supreme,
count.
you wanted me to
Zero
say
is not a number.
Thank you. It's not a number
Count to 10.
count.
1, 2. You don't say 0, 1.
That would make it 11 numbers, right?
See, Deion knows what he's talking about.
So there you go.
All right, we got rid of that.
Point
Rowdy.
proven.
Although when we come back, I'm looking for my interview with DeMarvion. I want to play when he was
he's been on
talking
there the
about the
whole
number
time
0.
looking at
Yeah,
you.
I didn't even hear a word you said. I'm sitting here looking for my interview with
Well,
DeMarvion.
you missed a good story.
Okay, well, I'll listen to the replay. All right, we can back with much more here on Mix Shots in just a moment.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/cowboys to get started.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Medal of Honor is our country's highest military award for valor in combat. More than 40 million individuals have served in the armed forces since the Civil War. Fewer than 4,000 have received the Medal of Honor. The National Medal of Honor Museum will be a place to preserve these legacies and inspire America. It's being built right next door to the Dallas Cowboys in Texas. Help us honor our country's greatest heroes. Learn more and get involved at mohmuseum.org.
Back to Mixed Shots.
Tis the season for youth football and dance camps presented by Invisalign. Don't miss your chance to learn from the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders at dance camps on December 27th and former NFL players at football camps on December 23rd and 27th. Celebrate the holidays with the Cowboys. Register at dallascowboys.com/camps.santa at the Star. Let me repeat that. dallascowboys.com/camps.santa at the Star. Bam.
All right, we continue here on Mix Shots, and look how much stuff Mickey's got in front of him.
What is going on, bro?
I mean,
You doing
Mickey's
homework?
got so much he wants to talk about.
Look like you didn't study.
He's studying right now.
He's
What are you looking at, Mickey?
It was just, how about this for an oddity, if we can get back to talking about football?
Nah.
You know Cincinnati is coming in at 4-8. We know Joe Burrow's just slinging the ball all over the place, right? So I looked at the league stats. Cincinnati has 302 completions. Cowboys, completions, 302.
Wow.
Sacks, and Burrow is getting beat up, right?
Every year he gets beat up.
Every year.
Been sacked 30 times. Cowboys sacks, 30.
Wow. And what's their record?
4-8.
4-8.
Cowboys are one game better, 5-7. But everybody's lauding them. Their passing game is, obviously he's thrown for more yards with his 302 completions.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, what Chase has, like 12. Is that too many? Too few? 12 touchdowns?
He has 12 already?
I think so.
I haven't looked. That sounds about right.
And he never did get his money this offseason, did he?
Yeah, he did.
He did get his money?
Yeah. Let me see what his money is. Jamar.
Because the offseason was pretty volatile, between the two.
And I don't think he wasn't going to play without his money, right?
Because he was. So Jamar Chase, leading receivers. Oh, that's NFC. I got to get to NFL.
Well, maybe he didn't.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't think he did.
He's an unrestricted free agent in 26.
Can you believe that?
I'm surprised he didn't.
He was holding out, wasn't he?
Yes, big time. He was holding out. And I remember him being upset about not getting
Cincinnati.
So he's second in
Cincinnati,
the NFL.
he's not getting his money.
Yeah.
Second
Right.
in the
That's
NFL
right.
with 79 catches. He's tied for second with C.D. Lamb.
Okay.
79 catches. The tight end, Bowers, Vegas, leads with 84.
It's Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I know,
one of the best
but it's a tight end. He's leading the league
like
in
the eighth
receptions.
pick in the draft.
Okay, yeah.
No, he's leading the league in receptions.
Yeah, but he was also like the 8th pick in the draft.
Chase has 13.
He almost spit his name out, didn't he?
13 touchdowns.
Well,
This guy named Bowers.
Bowers, the hell roller.
All right.
I love it.
The next tight end is Kelsey with 75.
This guy named Mackey.
Kelsey's still playing well.
This tight end named Mackey.
McBride,
Who's this? What's wrong with this
73, Arizona.
Whose name is Mackey?
All right. If I asked you the top 5 receivers in the league, would you say Bowers?
I would not.
You would say Jefferson, Chase, Lamb.
I sure would.
Right? St. Brown, Wilson, Smith, Najigba. No, you didn't say Bowers.
No.
Okay.
No, we don't say
my case.
Najigba. We say JSN.
Okay.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
There you
from
go.
Rockwall High School.
Bowers.
Hey, I think we better look out for Bowers then, right? I mean,
And just think if he had a quarterback in Vegas, how many catches he'd have.
They need more than just a quarterback in Vegas.
by the way, our tight end is
You know who's
going
going to wind up being their quarterback in
that?
Vegas?
Who?
Shador.
That would be crazy.
You know who's going to wind up being their coach?
No, no.
That's my prediction.
For real?
That's my prediction.
I don't know. Deion can't handle Vegas. No.
What do you mean he can't?
That's not what. You know, he talks all that, but Deion's really a country boy.
Yeah.
I don't really think Vegas is the place that he wants to be. I know the opportunity might be there for him, but young Deion, yes. Old Deion, no. I don't think so.
Well, and it's not so much Vegas. It's just Vegas happens to be the team that's up there.
Yeah, but it is
that's
just
gonna
Vegas. You can't say
needs
it's not
a quarterback.
Just Vegas. It is just Vegas.
It is Vegas.
Yeah.
The organization, when it was Oakland,
Yeah.
the organization has a track record of making coaching hires that are out of the box. You know, and Colorado's hiring of Deion was out of the box, right?
Yeah.
And it's paid off for Colorado. And I think that I wouldn't at all be surprised if the Raiders, not Vegas, but the Raiders made that move.
Let's say if Deion had a chance for his kids to go to Colorado or, say, Atlanta and play for some college. Let's say it had a college in Atlanta that was,
Georgia
huge.
Tech.
Yeah, but let's pick it. Let's say Georgia.
Well, Georgia. It's close enough.
I think he would have chosen Colorado simply because of the lifestyle there. I don't think Atlanta would have been a place for him to be. So I'm saying that I'm comparing Atlanta to Vegas.
Culturally.
Yeah, I'm putting Atlanta to Vegas. I think he feels more comfortable in Colorado because of the culture there. Yeah, that's just my opinion. If he had to coach in a bigger, fancier city, I think he's done with that.
Well, in the NFL, there's not very many
What?
I mean, there's only 32 franchises, and there's only a few that are picking
what
at
makes
the
you
top
think
of the
he wants
draft.
to go to? I'm not talking about Shador. I'm talking Deion. I'm just talking Deion now.
Oh, I don't know. I think you got to look at his. Okay, where's the right opportunity for him? You know.
Yeah, I don't
and
think
with
Vegas
Shador,
will be that. I don't think
because that's Deion wants to coach Shador, right? Wouldn't you think?
I think he still wants to coach him.
Yeah, right.
If he goes to Vegas, he would have to go because I think he would need to protect him. I think he would need to be the one looking out for him because he wouldn't trust anyone else to look
That's
out for him.
why I just think that's the fit.
How well does he look out for him in Boulder?
I think he looks out well for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well.
Every time he drives a car, everybody knows who's coming.
Well, he can't tell him what cars to buy. You know, that's just the way it is. He got money.
And
Man's
by the
got
way,
money.
you can't recruit in the NFL.
Yeah, they say
There's
that.
some recruiting
They say
that
that.
goes on.
Not
They
with
say
the draft.
With the free
that.
agency.
They say that.
What goes first? He gets the job, or they draft Shador and then he gets the job.
I think any way they want it to happen, if they want it to happen, they'll make it happen. I think what you said is correct, but also not correct.
Going to trade the house just to get his son?
We'll see. You think? I'm surprised to see if they play in the bowl game, not the bowl games, but the All-Star games and all that kind of stuff that they have.
That'll be interesting. Yeah.
Well, they might get in the playoffs.
They're not getting in. No, Colorado.
I just said might.
But they're not. I'm saying they're not.
Oh, okay.
What would they have to do to get in?
Teams would have to be ruled ineligible at this point.
So it would have to be a perfect storm.
Where were they?
It's not. It can't happen. It's impossible.
Where were they ranked last week? In the college
25,
football playoff.
25.
They were in the top 20, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
I
have
thought it
to
was
look
25.
it up.
I mean, if the right thing happened, they were going to go to the Big 12 playoffs, right?
To the championship game, but they did not get in the championship game, which is why they have no chance of getting into the playoff now because they've got like 3 losses, right?
Well, Alabama's going to get in with 3 losses.
Alabama plays in the SEC.
That makes a good point.
They need to change these big multi-team conferences where there's 16 and 18 teams and they don't play each other and they're not playing divisions. If you got the right schedule, I know what everybody's saying about Texas.
But they had as easy a schedule in that conference as you could possibly have.
Right.
Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah. They played Georgia.
And a lot of it was because Oklahoma was bad this year. And
They played Georgia and A&M, right?
basically. Yeah. They play, and Michigan was down this year, but Michigan beat Ohio State.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not their fault.
No, it's not their fault.
No,
They
you
take
gotta-
nothing away from
but
Texas.
I'm saying
Texas
to
has
make
a really
it more
good team.
equitable.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because you're at the mercy of your schedule.
Well, while we're on that topic of the play, what they need to do with they've messed up the playoff from the start. It needs to be a 16-team playoff where every conference champion gets in. It's an automatic bid, and you're not giving first-round buys to anybody. That no one deserves a first-round buy the way college football is now. There may have been a time where you had a dominant team that earned the right, and they played enough interconference games where you knew that the SEC was better than another. Nobody knows what conference is better. They don't play each other enough to even figure it out. But that way, in Division I football, you have every single team that suits up in August has a chance to win the national championship. And
Okay, so when you get to the end of the season,
so there are 11. There are 11. What is it? Now it's 9 conferences.
okay.
It was 10 with the Pac-12. Now there's 9.
And so all of them have the same format in regards to once the end of the season happens, we still play a conference playoff, a championship game.
Correct.
So
Each conference.
that determines your conference champion.
Okay.
And so your first
Back
goal.
in the day, everyone didn't have a conference.
Correct.
Yeah.
In that way, for every Division I team in America, your number one goal is to win the conference. You win your conference, you're one of the 9 teams that get automatic bids. And now there would be 7 other teams, which is the at-large number right now. Right now, there's 5 conferences that go, okay? The top 5 conference champions get in, and there's 7 at-large. What it needs to be is you have all 9 conference champions get automatic bids. That'll save the American Athletic Conference. If you go around and look at college football games when Akron is playing Northern Illinois or whatever, there's nobody in the stands.
Nope.
Nobody
and they
cares
on
about
like
because they got
night,
nothing to play for.
Tuesday night, Wednesday
they have
nights.
absolutely nothing to play for. Okay, a bowl game at the end. Bowl games don't
no one's
mean
gonna
anything.
watch that
now.
anyway.
Exactly. Every school in America then would have a championship to play for. You play for your conference championship, then you get in the tournament.
Yeah.
Just like March Madness.
Okay.
And
it should be uniform.
Then the number 1 team in the country is playing the number 1 team out of whatever, the MAC or whatever conference it is. And you can have upsets. Northern Illinois can beat Oregon. But anyway, that's the way it needs to be.
Nate wants us to talk football.
He wants back to Cowboys. All right.
Let me see if he sent
We're back to the
Cowboys.
Maybe he wants to chime in on Prime.
No, if he wanted to chime in, he would have come in here. So he ain't chiming. He wants us to
No, he said,
shut
wow,
up.
no one will ever be happy. It started with 2, then 4, now goes straight to 12. And no
now they
one's
want
happy.
16, Nate. He wants 16 now, Nate.
Because I don't want first-round buys. Nobody deserves a first-round buy.
So this was the most pure state championship when I was in high school in Illinois. Every basketball team got in the state tournament. They started from scratch.
I think Oklahoma does it that way.
There was no classifications. It was one classification.
So what's the regular season for then?
Seeding?
For seeding in your regional.
Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, everybody got. Well, look what happens here in Texas. There's playoff games. Teams are winning 60-10. What's that 10 team doing in the playoffs, right? They got so many in. But the neat thing was some of the small schools in southern Illinois used to make it to state. It was pretty cool. They did the
Ever
same
watch
thing.
Hoosiers?
I was going to say they did the same thing in Indiana too. By the way, it was a pure
Back in our day,
state tournament.
there was one team from each district that made the playoffs, right?
That was it.
And we weren't one of them.
Yeah, never.
My sophomore year we did. Anyway, all right. We got the Agent Zero story when we come back here on Mick Shots.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman of Meat Church here. With football season kicking off, I'm already gearing up to bring the smoker back to AT&T Stadium for some epic tailgates. But with that Texas heat, it's crucial to keep my beer hand cramping cold. That's where Yeti's insulated Colster can cooler comes in clutch. This year, you can even get them with the iconic star engraved on the side. Licensed Yeti Cowboys gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com. Check it out today. Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Cowboys football and Miller Lite. What a pairing. Can cracks at kickoff. Tailgates going way past postgame. Sunday night overtimes followed by Monday morning swagger. Brisket in the smoker. Miller Lite in the cooler. America's team playing America's greatest sport. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys football tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2023 Miller Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas.
Back to Mick Shots.
go, Everson.
Cowboys Nation, Amanda Foster has been named your 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan for her dedication to the team and spicing up the game. Vote for Amanda to be named the ultimate NFL Fan of the Year at NFL.com/Fan of the Year.
Okay, we got someone here who wants to get FAMU into the college football playoff.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Fam, you can't even get into the black college.
Yeah, y'all worse than us, Nate. You can't even get out the SWAC.
Yeah.
You got to get out the SWAC.
Yeah, they can't even get out of the SWAC, bro. So I ain't worried about fam.
When's the last time FAMU played Grambling?
Last year?
I don't even know.
It was last year.
And how'd that turn out?
They beat us last year.
Okay.
So the
They were really good last year.
We're in the SWAC now. We finally joined the SWAC after 800 years.
SWAC championships this week, right?
Yeah.
Weekend? Jacksonville State?
Jackson State.
Oh, was it Jackson State?
Well,
versus-
Deion used
That's
to
where
be.
Deion used to be. Deion resurrected that
Bro,
program.
Deion was at Jackson State for 3 years, or you can call it Jacksonville.
Well, there is a Jacksonville
I know
State.
there is, but Deion
that's what
wasn't
I thought
there.
I read.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Golly,
Nobody,
man.
nobody don't say Missouri Mules, do they?
No, call
Yes,
them
they
Missouri
do.
State. Call them Missouri State.
Missouri State Mules.
Yeah, but that's where you went? Is that where you went?
No, there's
You
a
went to
Missouri
Missouri
State.
I know, but
you
did
guys
you go
don't know
there?
what you're talking about. That's why. You don't know your geography.
Did you go there? Missouri State, Missouri, same state. Jacksonville State and Jackson, different states.
Yeah.
See,
I
Prime.
know that.
What? But Nate Prime didn't coach there.
I didn't say he did.
See,
Why is he in this conversation?
Did we say
Prime
Missouri?
is at Jackson State, Colorado, and now he's going to be with the Raiders.
Yeah.
But see,
Yeah.
man, but even yesterday.
Is there not a Jacksonville State?
Why do you keep
There is,
bringing
but
them
that's-
up?
that's
they have
FCA.
nothing to do with this conversation.
So is Jackson State.
Yes.
Jackson State.
Yes, it's
No.
a flag.
So I
Well, you got
I
Hall of Famers
mistaken
there, but
Jacksonville
Walter
State
Payton went to
to
school.
Jackson State.
So he asked y'all where y'all played y'all classic at yesterday. No, they did not play in Missouri. The classic between Grambling and
In New
Southern
Orleans
is
at the
not in
Superdome,
Missouri.
the Mercedes-Benz
What does that have to do
Superdome.
with anything?
Yeah,
The
that's what
same
I
as
was trying to tell
Jacksonville
you
State.
yesterday.
Nothing. Jeez.
I can't
Bringing up
believe you,
Jacksonville State.
I can't believe you, Mick.
Well, I'm offended.
I've never seen Mick mess it up this bad.
Man.
I've never seen you mess it up this
Well,
bad.
what if I said that Grambling was in it?
Was what, in Missouri?
No, in the SWAC playoff.
No, I'm messing with you.
You guys are ridiculous.
So do we?
Where'd you go to school?
Florida A&M.
Okay, so what if I said Southern was playing Florida A&M? I got the wrong school.
No,
Right?
If Southern was playing Florida A&M, that means they wouldn't be in the Classic.
No, I'm not talking about the Classic. I'm talking about
Hey,
the
sounds-
SWAC
makes sense to me.
championship.
Who's on second?
Makes sense. First base.
We're going to get people to call in. I keep getting texts about
Who's on
you
first?
guys picking on me.
What's on second?
Who's on first?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't give it the shortstop. I
You got
believe.
it. Well, have a good day.
All right. Man. Thank you, Nate, for that confusion.
Thanks for piling on, Nate.
Oh, man.
You love what?
The 12 team. He loves the 12 team. That's what he
man.
came here to tell you in the first place. He loves the 12 team setup.
Oh man.
You're the only one I've heard
Eight-
say 16. I haven't heard anybody else say 16.
Well, they'll start talking 16 after this.
Well, when
gets
they do
messed
that,
up.
I'm going to give you some credit, man.
Yeah. Agent Zero, rookie.
Yes, and I have your question in here, so just.
Oh,
bear with-
okay.
it's
You want
just
to do it
from-
now?
We can do it right now if you want to.
Yeah.
Ready?
All right. Let's listen to DeMarvion talking about the number 0.
Okay, last year you wore number 35 in camp here before you got hurt. Now you're wearing number 13. How'd you settle on 13?
Well, as soon as they made the rule that NFL players can wear 0, I like the first Dallas Cowboy to wear 0. Like, it's just meant to be. Sadly, it didn't happen like that. That's Rowdy number, and I guess me and Rowdy gonna have to duke it out. But Rowdy my guy, and so I think Mr. Jones is gonna hold on to that number for a while. Hopefully, 13 looked so good on the field, he'd be like, you know what, you can have 0. But 13 is just a number that I've always been told, my lucky number. Me and my son share the same. Well, our birthday is both on the 13th.
Your goal, though, is to be number 0 whenever Rowdy decides that you played well enough to earn number 0, right?
I'm not saying it's well, I am saying it. You know, Rowdy, if you ever just want to sit down and we can have a conversation, I tell you how much 0 means to me. Maybe we can have a little quick jersey change just for a game, just to see how it looks on me. If it don't look good, if it look better on Rowdy, I give it back to him. But I promise you, Rowdy, like I would make that 0 shine just like you do.
There you go.
That's funny. He's funny.
Don't you like DeMarvion?
Yeah, he's funny. I like that.
Rowdy's actually number 00.
About to say he's 00. Actually.
So Rowdy could keep number 00, and then DeMarvion could have number 0.
You think he knew that, or somebody told him?
That what?
He did that as his rookie?
No, this was this year. This is DeMarvion.
I thought you said it was his rookie year.
No, the one he sent me was his rookie year. I went through a 6-minute video.
The wrong video.
I was sitting through the whole first segment looking through the interview going,
don't you know the difference between 2023 and 2024?
Especially when DeMarvion in the interview
was wearing number 35. I'm like, yeah.
God.
Because you sent me the wrong video, Bill.
Come on, man.
The wrong video.
That's
why
training camp.
That's why producer Supreme is producer Supreme. He still was able to go find.
I found the video.
So he's willing to duke it out. He said with Rowdy. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Duke
it out with Rowdy.
I would love to see that fight.
Now I think he deserves it. I do, especially when you're talking 00 versus 0.
It might be more competitive than the boxing match we just had.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the number 0? Would you ever like to, when you were playing, if you could wear the number 0, would you have liked to worn the number 0?
It doesn't. To me, certain numbers go with certain positions. Even with this new thing we got going. To me, 0 doesn't look well on the defensive back.
Yeah.
That's just a defensive back. I could see 0 on a linebacker. A stud linebacker, I could see 0. I could see 0 on a stud linebacker.
Right.
A middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Number 0. That would look good.
Especially with a last name that starts with an O, like Overshown.
Wow. See that? That would be nice.
Can you get 00?
Just like the
no Rowdy's 00, Mick. We've already established that.
But the greatest, they're the greatest.
00 seems like a loser.
You get
no, but
00
was great for Jim Otto.
He's the only
Jim
one.
Otto, and that was perfect because Otto, you got an O and an O on the end.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
But
only in that sense.
You get double ones, double twos, double threes.
Yeah, you can get that, but 00, no. That's a loser. That's a loser. 0 for a linebacker is good. I wouldn't have 0 for a lineman.
And they can't because they've got restrictions still.
They finally have okay.
No, they do have restrictions. You have to be from an offensive lineman. You got restrictions 50 to 79.
So running back, I could see 0 on a running back. That'd be nice. Agent 0 is good. I like that.
I think Bucky Irving wore 0 at Oregon.
DBs.
You sure it wasn't Jacksonville State?
I think DBs. I guess I look at us as a little more of the cool guys. You know, we're the ones that are more independent. We don't depend on anybody at all back there.
You do like single digits.
Single digits. I was number 9 at Grambling. I thought that was a cool.
Oh, were you really? I didn't know that.
And they always called me Lil 9 because my dad, he was a big man, and they called him so big he's almost 100. They just called him Big 99. That was what they called him, Big 99. They wouldn't call him his name, just Big 99. So then I became Lil 9 back at Grambling. So they still call me that today.
So if there were single digits back in the day, you would have taken number 9 here.
Oh, no doubt.
Romo would have never gotten number 9.
I would have taken 6 as well. I would have had anywhere from 9 to 5.
Okay.
9 to 5, I would have taken. By the way, do we have time? Oh, sorry, Chris. I got a story. I know it's time to go. But I was honored at the Bayou Classic this past weekend. They have this G Nation G Nation, Grambling Nation, G Nation group, and they gave me an award, just a little trophy, and I gave a little speech and honored a couple of my guys there. They were really good guys to me. So yeah, that was a really emotional moment. I had a good time with it. We have raised some money for the guys, and it was a nice little Grambling event. My wife was there. You know, my two buddies were there, Mike Haynes and Jerry.
Not to be a jerk, but I think we heard that
You did
yesterday.
hear that story, yeah, because I talked about Dwight Scales. That's right.
That's right.
You sure did.
But I liked hearing that story.
It was good. It was good. I had a good time, got emotional and everything.
You want a Cowboys tidbit before we leave?
Do you? I was gonna.
You better ask Chris.
Good, because we're avoiding the Hall of Fame tidbit.
Oh, that's right. We forgot about that.
We don't need to talk about the Hall of Fame tidbit, right?
Just say it.
Oh, senior finalists: Maxie Bond, Sterling Sharp, and Jim Tyrer.
Who was
Tyrer?
Who played for the Dallas Texans and Kansas City Chiefs.
So.
And then Mike Holmgren, who's the coach finalist.
Ralph Hay was a contributor. There was one more, I think. No.
So no Grambling. No Grambling.
We were talking about this when we walked off. He said the Cowboys need another cornerback. It was mentioned to me that Amani Oguwariye is eligible to come off injured reserve.
Nice.
He went in October 30th. So that should be for 4 weeks, right? And they could start his practice period this week. So that would somewhat help out if he's healthy.
So he is in a position in his rehab where he is ready?
It sounded like it, yes.
Well, we need it. Golly. We're dropping like flies, man.
Well, they got to get Trayvon Diggs back on the field.
You think an extra day would help?
Well, he's had 3 weeks of extra days.
What's wrong with him?
I think it was
What's official?
Calf. Is that what it
on
was?
On who?
Diggs.
Diggs.
It was a groin injury.
Groin?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
It's tough coming back from groin.
Well, he was questionable and he didn't get back.
It's tough. That's one of the injuries I had that had to sit out the whole second half against the Minnesota Vikings once. Just, man, they had to tape it up so tight I couldn't move. What?
Or go ahead.
How do you tape up?
It was a pull down into the leg area.
Right.
And they just taped it up as tight as they
really
could.
tight.
Really tight, yeah. And it didn't do any good. I couldn't run. It didn't get any better. I couldn't run. That's what they tried just at that moment. I got better, though, within a week.
Right.
Yeah, I got better within a week. But our groins are different, I would imagine.
Yeah, just like if you pull your hamstring.
Still a knot down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that would help if Trayvon's not ready to go, because we talked about how they ended the game with Jordan Lewis outside and Mukwamu in the slot. And then Bland playing, and they didn't want to throw it.
We can't put Mukwamu on the outside and put Jordan where he belongs.
I don't believe so.
They're gonna find him either way. So I say you put Jordan where Jordan belongs, and let him continue there. And it's easier to play an outside corner than a slot.
You can double the outside corner.
You have to, and when you have just the sidelines to your back, then you have less to think about. So he should be on the outside and put Jordan back where he belongs. Now you have 2 guys out of position.
Right.
I hope that's what they end up doing. At least
But
on
what
that side.
if you're just in regular defense and you just got 2 corners on the field?
Well, then you have no more linebackers?
No, I mean, if you're playing 2 corners, one of them's Bland. Do you want Jordan out on the outside, or do you want
I would use Jordan on the outside, and when they
move him back inside.
Move him back inside. Let the formation dictate it.
Isn't that what Tampa Bay did with Barber?
That's what they did with the Giants. Did that with me.
Started outside.
You start outside, then on third down, they moved inside. Yeah.
I'll have to relay that.
I'm sure. Sure they thought about it.
They probably haven't thought of that.
Okay, and we'll leave you with this. Jacksonville State is in Conference USA, and they are coached by Rich Rodriguez.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. And they're nicknamed the Gamecocks.
Wow.
And that does it for Mick Shots. Got anything to add to that?
No.
Okay, so there you go. So they will not be playing in the SWAC championship game.
Doesn't sound like it.
All right, and we will talk at you again tomorrow here on Mick Shots.
Go Cowboys.
But they could
This
have
has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!